Wow, Jesus, this is the fucking future.
WebPage channel. Checking in. Jonathan here, and today I'm gonna build not one, but two completely massive and unnecessary power racks. Why? Well, Rep Fitness just launched a brand new tool, or should I say, toy, on their website. It is a way to build out your power rack and to see how it is going to go in 100% in terms of color, shape, design. You can get a 360-degree view, and you can do some fun features with respect to seeing how it's actually going to fit in that space. Full disclaimer before we dive in, you do need to keep your credit card far away from the computer when you're doing this, because it will spontaneously want to enter its information so that you can hit that buy it now button. Now, this is your first time to the channel. Welcome aboard. I drop new equipment reviews every Thursday at 1 p.m. Once in a while, I do like to kind of come up here into the Fortress of Solitude, the office, and do a deep dive on the computer to kind of get behind the scenes. I know so many of you spend a lot of time researching and deciding what is going to be right for your home gym. I know when I built out my first power rack, I was doing measurements on my floor. I was going through different websites trying to figure out the best color combinations. I want to know from you. Comment down below, how did you design your very first power rack? Now, if you've never had a power rack in your home gym, this is going to make it a whole lot easier. Before I crack on with building out what might be my future power racks, let's pop this top and dive in. Main page, I'll put all the links in the description of today's video. You can see they are offering up to 10% off depending on how much you spend on buying a power rack using this tool. What I like about this tool is that it doesn't just cover their main 5,000 and 4,000 power racks. These are their meat and potatoes. This is what they really design a lot of their stuff around. It also includes their brand new Aries. It also includes their Omni rack and their Apollo half rack. So this tool is versatile for across their entire website, and I get a feeling their new equipment that has just been released is going to be included in future iterations, I have to imagine. But for the sake of today's build, we're going to build a massive Aries build out, and then we're going to dive in and see what damage we can do on a power rack here. So here we go. We're going to build our Aries. Let's build the most obnoxious Aries power rack we possibly can. So we're going to start off with the configuration, and this starts off depending on if you have a rack or not, and I'm going to assume that we've got absolutely nothing. So we're going to go with the rack. We are going to do the 5,000. This is absolutely over the top, completely unnecessary, and that's why we love it. And of course, we're going to go 6 posts because we're going to assume that we've got tons of space. And obviously, again, you pick the highest rack you can possibly fit into your space. So we're going 93. Now, upright colors, we want to pick something, I don't know, man, maybe we go Basement Brandon with all white. And you can see that they automatically change the white posts here. Or we could go blue. I don't really want to copy Brandon's design. When I was going with my red and black combo, it was very, very difficult for me to at least envision how it was going to look between the uprights and the cross members, because there's matte black, there's green, but then also for the cross members, you know, trying to figure out which colors would go best is very, very hard, or at least it was for me. I went with red and black because I happen to love that color combination. Now let's talk about depth. Let's just go completely obnoxious. We're going to go with the 41. Way more space than we should need, but something we can actually step through if we needed to. And then the cross member color. Now we could go all green. You could throw a little orange in there, spruce it up. And here's our upright color scheme. So you can really get funky with some of these colors. But the great aspect, I think, is the fact that you can see how these colors are going to match up. So if you really want to get a whole rainbow in here, you can. But if you wanted to get something more locked in, you absolutely could do that as well. And I actually noticed that this is very in tune with their inventory. So you can see that the white is out of stock as well as the clear coat. But that is something is nice, because it's nothing worse than deciding on what you want, only to find out that certain parts are out of stock and unavailable. Another nice feature about this is all of the upgrades. So we know we want the added weight on the Aries. We want the weight horns, which are, again, out of stock, but at least we know what's going on there. The logo plate member, of course, we want to get the Big Bertha here. The pull-up bar, you know I'm a fan of the pull-ups. Safeties, boom, safety straps are by and large my favorite. And then the J-cups. We're going to go rounded sandwich cups just to really rack up the price point. And we got the price point. Final price point, $4,869.87. But I do believe that is before the discount. And that's an absolute steal. But what's nice about this, an additional aspect of this tool, is that you can actually view this in your space. So you will scan this code with your phone, and then you will take this code to the space you want to put that power rack, and you're actually able to see how that power rack in all of its dimensions is going to fit in that space to give you a literal one-to-one ratio of how it's going to fit, much better than having to kind of duct tape out the footprint on your floor before you kind of cross your fingers and hope it's going to fit. One power rack down and one to go. Thankfully, the credit card has not crept into this room, but let's get to it. Let's do a PR 4000. So we're going to do what I have already in my home gym and see what we could potentially upgrade with our current rack and maybe talk the wife into. All right, we're going to pick my rack, the red and black with the lumberjack hat to match. And we're going to go the 30-inch rack depth. Cross members are going to be, wow, they're out of stock on a bunch of stuff. I know their stock is supposed to improve now that they've got the Pennsylvania floor open and that the California location is open. Just for the heck of it, we're going to go with the clear coat. I am a massive fan of the clear coat option. However, not a massive fan of the clear coat price. That is a substantial upgrade in price, in part because that clear coat has to be put on by hand, and so each one is done individually, and it's a lot of manual labor. But you can see it's coming together. So here is my rack with clear coat and a little bit of extra weight storage. And what's great about this feature, I can't say enough, is that you're going to actually see how this color coat option looks, how it's lined up, the spacing on here, the whole 9 yards. $1,740 before we add some of the fun attachments. But really, one of the great features about this is not only seeing the color of the cross members and the beams firsthand. Obviously, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can really see a 360-degree view of everything on here, where everything's lined up, where it's going to go, the spacing. But I happen to say, if you haven't tried this out, you have to hit this and view your space. You got to take this into the room that you are looking to put this power rack in and see how it's going to fit up. It is phenomenal. When you use this tool, you do feel like, just for me, I'm a boomer. I feel like I'm living in the future. It is so good. But let's dive in and add in some attachments. All right, we're going to go with the ISO arms here. You know we got to have a landmine in my power rack. We don't need the rear stabilizer. I think we're going to have plenty of stabilization, and I don't think we're going to need the front foot extension. Should we do lat pull down? Yeah, let's do the lat pull down. One-stop shop for gains. That's what this power rack is, and it comes in at $2,880. The price is going up, but I'm liking the features that are here. I will tell you that ultimately, this thing is going to last you a lifetime, and one of the things that they are going to be adding in, I imagine, in the future, is their new attachment that they have for this selectorized lat low pull down and low row machine. So that's something that I would be excited about in the future because, frankly, I've already got mine ordered. Let's take this just for a moment. Let's hit view your space, and let's just see how this is going to look in an open space, how this thing actually works. Boom, look at that. There's a power rack right there in my garage, and that is at 100%. That's not 100%, so that's exactly how it's going to fit in that space. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, but this is 100%. Wow, Jesus,
This is the fucking future.
I want to know from you. Comment down below if you already have a power rack. Is this a tool you wish you had prior to buying your current power rack so that you could see the different color combinations and see how it was going to fit in your space, as well as see how some of the attachments affected the spacing as well as the cost. Now, if you're new to the home gym world, I would highly recommend, even if you don't go with Rep Fitness for your power rack, use this tool to see how those color combinations effectively look when you put matte black versus metallic black next to each other, or even using like a white black offset. Definitely check out how it's going to look and see how the attachments are going to impact the spacing on your home gym, especially in the space that you're thinking about using. For me, I absolutely wish this was around when I built my power rack. It would have saved me a lot of headache, and it would have saved me a lot of, we'll just say mistakes that may have been made. Now that this is here, I do plan to use it for future power rack upgrades 100% going forward. If you made it this far in the video, you and I are officially best friends. That's right, peanut butter and jelly. B.A. Baracus and Hannibal. We're like Chip and Dale. Thank you for making it to the end of today's video. New home gym reviews every Thursday at 1 p.m. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.